What's going on, guys? It's me, Payne, yet again. So today we are gonna actually talk about the one and only Hunter of, I think it's Hunter of the Darkness or something like that. Xbalanque or Xballer, whatever you want to call this man. And as you know, my man Xballer, he got nerfed like two weeks ago. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago after the fall super regionals. And the reason why they nerfed him was because he overperformed. And the way that Hi-Rez does it, they take the they take the results from like the lands and whatnot, and they determine which gods need to be nerfed if they overperform too well. I guess it's something like that. But honestly, I'm not sure why. Like, so today we're gonna be talking about like why I believe they don't they shouldn't have nerfed my man X Baller. Like, and you could disagree or whatnot and say things are different, but this is just my opinion on the man that makes the okay. So let's talk about X Baller. So without the normal build is the for Xbalanque, even though you could do the either one is the you could do the what is it called? Dang. The Transcendence build, or you could go for the for like the normal build with the Devil's Gloves. So you can do shoes into Soul Eater, into that nonsense. But when you play usually when you play my man X Baller, you always go you always go into Transcendence because he has mana problems. Like his two, which is poison darts, which they nerfed. I believe they took off 10, either 10 or 20 damage at rank 5 than what it used to be. It was how much was it? And then with the Rising Jaguar, they took off they took off the bonus damage from the poison darts. So they didn't take it off, but they reduced it from 20 to 10%, 20 to 10%, which I don't know how I feel about it, right? Because right, my man Shabalanke, he's great at poking. That's what he does. Like in lane, he won't unless he uses like uses all his skills to clear. He won't be able to clear effectively. Like he'll just throw out the poison darts and you could throw out the poison darts, and you can use the Rising Jaguar for the bonus damage, and you can use Rising Jaguar for the bonus damage, and basically and basically like clear the wave, but then you use your dash or whatnot, which is puts you in a bad position to be in. So they took off the bonus damage on that, right? So he's basically stuck there clearing with his auto attacks, and if he the only way to like clear it as fast as possible is with transcendence or whatnot. So you're basically in a bad spot. Like, yeah, you'll have your however many potions you buy, but once you run out of those potions, especially when you have like a super aggressive lane, like if you got sold in your lane, like you're basically going to sit on the tower and you go to sit on the tower, lose gold, and try and clear. Like it's not it's not like it's guaranteed to happen because how ineffective your clear. Like his clear was bad before, like, but now it's just gone. Like it's gonna take him even longer to clear now, and because he doesn't have bonus damage, especially when he wants to get like hyper aggressive, like if he has like a Sobek on his team or something ridiculous or something really awesome like that, like he won't be as effective. Like he still has he still has the freaking super good, mega awesome passive that's like, yo, what's good? See me at 45 minutes, man, when I got six stacks on my like if you even if you get one kill with the passive, it's still good because that's +5 permanent damage, which is awesome. So God Lord. So right, so you got the +6 per you got the +5 damage, which is great, and then you have his ultimate, which doesn't do damage. Which doesn't do damage. It just like, but it's a like a 6 second long CC where they can't see, which which I don't mind. Like, yo, like Darkness of Nights is freaking OP. Like, if you ever like actually sat down and play like for the first time, you like played a game of Smite and you just saw like freaking Darkness of Nights going on, like you freaked the fuck out, man. Like, because you don't know, like you've never, like it's your first time playing Spot, like you've never experienced something like that. Like it is, and it's really strong too. Like it might not do any damage, but it forces you to stop moving for half a second. So when you get CC'd, and you die, like you gonna be pissed. But yeah. Anyway, so they nerfed the 2 on it, and then you're basically stuck. Right? You think about Xbalanque, like you run out of mana like super quick for no reason. Like even even if you use the Transcendence build, it's the mana cost on the branching boas from the start is base 8, then it goes up to 16. So every time you have it on, you're basically using 16 16 mana per hit, and that's 100 of mana. Wait, no, I said 100 mana. It's 160 mana by the time like after 10 hits, and like most hunters, Xbalanque doesn't have a very large mana pool. No god has a very large mana pool except for mages, who at the start of the game, yeah, it's pretty weak. It's pretty low, but as the game progresses, like it gets larger, right? But no other god gets that. Like no other type of god gets that. Like, so that's basically it. Like, so his one basically like you'll run out of mana like super duper quick the more you have that thing proc, which isn't bad. Like it does a lot of damage. Like it hurts, especially once you have like one stack. And the thing about Xbalanque is people get really scared to fight him, especially once he has a couple stacks on his passive, which they should be scared. Like that +5 permanent damage is not a joke. Like it'll wreck your day if you're not paying attention. Like if you get in a bad spot, like if you get in a bad spot and he just like rolls up like what's good, and you forget that he has the stack on his passive, which most people won't. But if you ever do, like you're kind of screwed. You're kind of screwed because then he starts snowballing out of control. But even then, right? Xbalanque is not gonna be the greatest character. The one thing that I see that Xbalanque that they shouldn't have nerfed it is like, yes, Xbalanque can be a bully in lane if he gets ahead, but that's like with most gods. Like if they get ahead, they'll be able to control the lane. But even when Xbalanque isn't controlling the lane or whatever, like most of the time he's just stuck. Like he can't do anything, and people and what from what I've seen from my experience, like sh- pe- people Xbalanque players won't like if they get the wave frozen on them, they'll just sit at the tower and just keep losing experience rather than going going up, even though it's risky. Like you shouldn't go up to the wave because you'll die because you're losing XP and whatnot. And even like Hopefully you could get like a rotation or something, but like, casuals be like that's just a story I made up about casuals. But yeah, like unless you get like a hot rotation to help, like you're basically gonna be sitting on the tower. But the way like but you don't have to. Like he can like he could fight for his own. Like his three is borderline OP. Like from a standpoint of a dash, right? So the three basically it gives you CC immunity and I think it might give you 50 movement speed or something crazy like that. But so the three not so it's a dash that does damage, which is normal. Right? That's not nothing new. Dash should be doing damages out here. But like as long as they stay in the circle, they get hit with the damage. It doesn't matter where in the circle they are, as long as they're in it, they'll get hit by it. But with Xbalanque, like his dash is like crazy cool because basically, right, what you could do is like depending on like the situation you're in and depending on where the enemies are, like you could rising jaguar into them, right? Have them in the first half of the circle, hit them, kill them, and then while you're still in the air, you could like retreat backwards with it and like get put in the same spot you were before, which is freaking amazing. Like, because like most dashes or movement abilities, like you don't get to physically you get to move where you are, but you don't get to reposition yourself as well. So basically, what you do, right? You dash into the like you can guarantee you can get this kill. Like when you play Xbalanque, like you play ballsy because you like once I get this first kill, it doesn't matter where I'm at. It's over because I'm gonna have control. It's like a mental game. Once you get that first kill, you're like, I have control of the lane. You can't stop me or anything. You can't stop me or I will kill you. Right? So Xbalanque, right? Once you guarantee you can get that kill, you be like, pew, 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 pew with the spin to win, and you be like, yo, what's good, fam? You especially when you have the poison on them, the poison on someone, get that extra bonus damage. You get that extra bonus damage. Then you just like reposition yourself back to the safety of your support if your support is in the lane, and even if it's not like with Xbalanque that like I guess like on her if he like jumps away, you could like Xbalanque dash and freaking you could Xbalanque dash through the tower, catch him, and keep go. You could keep going and like retreat back to the tower. Like it's not a joke. Like that thing is dumb strong. like like yeah, it's strong, but like I don't think from what I've seen like the games were amazing, but I don't think I've seen anything like that. Xbalanque is like yeah, it was getting first picked a lot, but it wasn't banned at all because like Xbalanque is basically like he's like the comeback kid of Smite. Like he actually is like my man. It doesn't matter how far behind my man is. Like if you seen if you see an ally play Xbalanque, he'll sit in lane, he'll get behind and everything. But when it comes to late game boys, he's out here like what's good, and he really like he actually is the comeback kid. Like doesn't matter. Let me not say that. There's a certain point where you can to how far behind you get, but like if he's like maybe 2,000 go behind and we're going on 45 minutes and my man got like rage and he gets a kill, like it's over, yo. Like it's not a game anymore. It's not a game. Like my man would be like, "What's good?" Interrupt the team fight. Be like, "Darkest and nice. Oh, you can't see. You gotta stop for half a second. Poison. Darts. What's good, fam? Like, where you think you going, cuz? Where you think you go? Where you think you going? Like you said, what's good? Oh, you didn't expect me to get this fire giant? Like he's like as a disruptor for a team fight, like he really is good. Like what's Xbalanque at his level 5? You sitting there like, okay, I have the lane. I'm gonna starve him out, starship lock out of gold until he starts using darkest and nice, start getting assists and like mad gold and shit. And you just like you can't stop him because because he's gonna be like mad far away and just be like, "What's good? Haha! I'm sitting behind my tower. I'm getting free gold and XP to make up for how much I." He's not gonna make up for how much you lost, but he's like, it's gonna make a difference. Like he's getting XP and gold across the map. Again, it's being gold across the map, like without even being there. It's like, what's good? And like Darkest and Nice is like a mental game. Like someone uses it, and basically that your opponent doesn't know what's happening. So they can use it and be like, "Yo, what's good, Darkest and Nights?" Get freaked out, like I don't know what's happening. Like neither do we, man. And they like back off, and that relieves a lot of stress from your other lanes, where basically they don't get free reign, but they don't like if they're getting pressured really hard, they don't have to. Their opponent most likely is gonna back off. You can't guarantee it because sometimes people just don't care. They be like, "You getting ganked?" It said what? Man, I dare them to gank me. I'm gonna use, especially like a Bellona. Like you try and gank below, like if the gank isn't successful and you don't like bait out her ultimate, like she just doesn't care. But back to what I was saying about my man Xballer, like his ult doesn't do damage, but it's two forms of CC in one. Where basically he basically gets to blind 5 people for free. For free, well, not for free. It costs 100 mana. He gets to blind people for however long he blinds them. Then, then if they keep moving or they're not paying attention, they basically get stunned, and he's just like, "Yo, what's good?" That's free. That's like, if you get stunned like that, that's free damage for you. Anyway, and plus you can animation cancel out of it. Like you can auto attack cancel out of it. Like use it, press your auto, instantly get back to clearing the wave. Like yo, you can be mad efficient with that junk. But anyway, like so nerfing the two and well, I can see the damage on the three maybe. I can see that because like when my man like rolls up to the party, he's ready to wreck someone's day. Like he's actually just chilling. Like the three basically lets him dash in, kill someone for free because he has CC immunity, so he can get so like mind you, I keep forget like you underestimate CC immunity. Like you dash like right as an Alquan is getting ready to ult you, be like, haha, what's good? Bang bang, and you run away. And you run away, right? That's something you can only do on Xballer. Like, what other god lets you do that? Like, maybe Robin, because Rob is OP now. Like my man is like, oh hey, uh, immune everything kick. How's it going? Bang bang. How's life? But like honestly, like it does, like you can get ganked and you could be like you can have like 2 kills. Someone just rolls up on you and they get hit with like poison darts. Like they take half their health and you're like, haha, what's good? Try to fight me again. Come to my lane. You basically at that point you should be able to well you might not be able to outpush someone, but you should be able to box them. Like they clear the wave, they try to fight you, back up, you clear it, then they keep trying to fight you because you're like at half health or whatever, and they be like, oh really, what's good fam, what's good fam, you do spins on them, and you be like, what's good, I just killed you, free another passive stack, let me rotate. And you just late game boys, he he is the late game champion. Like he can't, like no one can't stop him. Like he's not the only god that'll crit for 1,000. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other ones that can. But like when he goes in, he goes in for no reason at all. So that honestly they no, because he's not. Well, he's just as effective. Like his autos are still gonna be critting for 1,000. Like they didn't change his passive. Now if they nerfed his passive, this would have been a different. This would have been a different video entirely. Like this would have been like, what kind of bullshit is this? Like Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Um. Yeah, it's like this saying you say like this kind of bullshit. Like it's a good thing that they nerf his passive, cause like that's what makes him the late game monster that he is. Like once he gets like stacks, and even like even if he gets an early kill, he's just chilling because people are too afraid to fight him because he has damage, which is true. Yeah, he has damage, man, but can't. Sometimes you gotta make plays, man. Sometimes you gotta make plays. So on the subject of Xballer, should they have nerfed him? Yeah, yes and no. Yes, I can see why, because he was picked a lot during the super regionals, and he had a lot of impact on the games. But that's just my man Xballer. That's just what he does. He farms and impacts team fights from like across the map. That's just what he does. And then like nerfing the damage on his 1 and 2. I always like picking my man X Ball because I didn't. I always like picking my man X Ball because he's a champion. He does like what he does. He does a lot of great things like and everything. But realistically, like should they have nerfed the 2? Maybe because the one thing I say like I like picking Xbalanque into like Soul. Yes, Soul like get pushed out early, but that I guess you can say that with every hunter. But like I think Xbalanque has the best chance. Like as she's disapparating like that 1 frame before she turns into her ball, my man just like what's good auto attack get wrecked, and just like poops on her life forever. So that's what I'm seeing from the X ball and nerfing the bonus damage on the what is it called, the Rising Jaguar. I don't think it was necessary. They already took the damage off the 2, which really is not. It's just not that great. Like was it a nerf? Like I don't know. Like I'll probably still play my man, but I don't know. I honestly don't think the nerf was necessary. If they were trying to, if they were just trying to balance out Xbalanque because he overperformed, like they did Ao Kwong, but I still think he'll be a valid pick. Like no matter what, like he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. That man is a monster, and when it comes to late game boys, you can't stop him because he is a G. Like people call him Xballer so they don't have to shade Xbalanque, but he is he's a thug. Like when an Xball like rotates to like mid lane like and they don't call it like he's just like what's good fam, I'm a real thug, I'm a real N word, like you think you can stop me, nah. And he's just out here wrecking people for no reason. It's just what he does, and he gets free. Basically, and when he gets kills, like he basically just get basically free kills for him, and you can't stop him because you try to gank his lane, he'll see you on the ward, be like darkest of nights, and dash behind the tower. Like what's good? He might be one of the, even though like you have to like get like close up to the lane, like he might actually be one of the safest hunters to play. Like from my opinion, because he could just be like, "What's good, darkest of nights? You all know where I am. Let me just dash away right quick. Like you ain't even about this life. What you thought you could fight an Xballer? Nah, boy." And like my man is just chilling because he just doesn't care. Like I said, he's the late game of late game boys. Like right, and the late game meta when they changed the meta so it wasn't early game. Even in the early game meta, he was still getting picked. Cause he was still getting picked because he was freaking amazing. Like, it didn't matter. Hey, my man was a thug. My man really was a thug though. Like, I can't stop saying that enough because it's so true, man. But that's Xballer for you. Like, he got nerfed. I don't agree with it, but I can see why they nerfed him because of how he performed in the how he performed in the super regionals. But I honestly think he's still gonna be a great pick, even though his 2 and his 3 won't do as his 3 base wise that didn't change, but his 3 won't be doing as much bonus damage as it would as if he was before the patch, like the bonus damage after you poison him. It still won't be doing as much, but it's still a fantastic move, like for mobility and whatever. Like it's great, like repositioning and everything. Just keep playing my man Xballer. I don't care. Nerfs or no nerfs, play that man more. He's OP. That's all he is. Freaking broken.